The cavalry's here.
The other one's turning up. He should be on his way if he's not here.
Right. How are you?
Okay. The other Mark is in Manchester, or was. He was supposed to be doing covering this story, but no. I said to him, it's like something to do with Fathers for Justice or something, and I said to him, they posted, and I said, well, make sure people are going, and it was from 10 o'clock till 3:30, which makes it like people are just going to turn up all day. Well, when they turned up, no one's there, so he's just got up, and obviously he's got there for the first thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got really.
Is Marty not coming back for this?
Doubt it. He'll be on the bus or train. But the other one he should be here soon. Although I was chatting to him, so he's probably going to be a minute later too. Oops. But
he's just told me there's something on tonight as well.
Yeah, but the trouble is, one, I don't think it could be indoors.
It's a quiet thing.
Yeah, it could be indoors, and the trouble when it's indoors is, like I said,
we'll be outside though.
Yeah, it's 5:30, I think. I honestly don't know if it's worth you bothering. I bet no one turns up.
I know they're going to have a look and then I'll go.
I mean, the thing about him, he turns up, does his speech and clears off. He only wants the votes. I've seen him at all the other when you see him.
He's an MP, isn't it?
For Leeds, but he just turns up, does his little speech and then clears off. I haven't checked. Have you checked to see if they're in the building still?
I've been round, there's a flag outside.
Yeah, they're in it then. They haven't posted, you think they'd post, wouldn't you? I don't know what the reception's going to be like up here. It was bad last week, but I think they were doing repairs. I think it's okay. 5G, don't bother with 4G if you can help it. When I were on 4G, halfway through town it just cut out and it's not worth it. 5G.
Are you on Vodafone?
Yeah. I mean, some of them, if you really want it to, and I think it's just OTT, it's alright for the news. You can get a small box and it'll put in up to 4 SIMs from different networks and it'll combine the signal. Yeah, I know it's live.
Yeah, it seems to be okay.
Yeah. And that's what, 1 or 2 of them do it, but it's expensive because you're paying for 4 contracts. The boxes are grand, and it's just to get out. Well, it's all right if you needed to, but some of them do it for so they can broadcast at 4K. But for live, well, this goes.
People watching that on 1080p anyway.
Well, I record in 4K, but for the live, it's 1080. If you use the native app for YouTube, at the moment I think it's still 720.
That's the one you told me about, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you the name. I can't remember.
What I've been, because I've been streaming from 2000.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
I was very early doors learning how to do it all and whatever.
Yeah, I just got into it.
And I've got a MacBook Pro, a 17-inch MacBook Pro, and using the YouTube.
Oh yeah, mate. I'll let you chat.
If anyone's here for the student walkout for Palestine,
yeah, I'll chat later. I think we've already chatted.
Decide if you'd like to join in.
It's dead, isn't it? Oops. There's no one here. Well, there's a few, but it's not like it was. Yeah, Marty went to Manchester.
Yeah,
she's over. Wait. Well, I said check.
You posted it on Facebook.
And it went really early. I thought it was going to be marvellous. They got the tickets. And the trouble is, if you go to Manchester, nothing's going to happen till about 2ish anyway. So I think he's just walked around, had something to eat and come back and got fed up. And he'll be shattered now.
So he might bump into Charlie in there.
Nah, even they don't. I don't think they go, from what I gather, that early.
He might walk on the street and he might bump into him.
Well, he knows him to contact, but if you look, he does different places. He doesn't do Manchester too often now. And the problem is, when it's cold like this, you're not going to get much anyway. No, it's going to be... I mean, look, you can see your breath. This is now... Oh, God, this is dull.
Palestine will be free.
New flags up.
Palestine will live forever.
Yeah, they're not posted about it.
Free Palestine.
I don't know how many is even protesting.
apartheid.
Like as usual.
Decolonize. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. One, we are the people. Two, we won't be silent. Three, stop loving us now, 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 now. One, we are the people. Two, we won't be silent. Stop loving us now, 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 now. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Stop the genocide. Stop the genocide.
They don't even have the police, so it's that dead.
Decolonize.
Do you know the main guy?
No, it's dead. It's dead.
I'll do.
Dead, innit?
One, two, three, four. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation, no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. 1, 2,
You are-
3, 4.
That's what I told you.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Just not safe.
1, 2, 3, 4.
God, it's dead.
5, 6,
I'm
7,
bored out
8.
of school now.
Resistance is justified when people are occupied.
I thought they were part of it, but even smaller than you thought. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4.
one solution. Intifada
revolution.
There is only one solution. Intifada revolution.
He's not going there.
The people are occupied. The people are occupied.
You will all shame all the crimes in your name. Stop funding genocide. Stop funding war crimes.
Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Occupation no more.
Yeah, they've quit. It's a day out. They do it once and quit.
Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state.
Probably because they don't want to be associated with that thug the other day. I think that's put a lot off. You are. He's bored, he just wants footage. There we go.
Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. Free, Palestine. Free, Palestine.
Get a picture of this thing.
Palestine. Free, Palestine. We want justice. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it?
I need to make it fun.
Ceasefire. What do we want? Ceasefire. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Ceasefire. When do we want it? Now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire
You hardly
now.
need a mic when there's no one there.
Ceasefire
Then
now.
what's the point?
Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now.
Do you know, like all the new
We want justice. What do we want?
It's over.
When do we want it? What do we do if we don't get it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we do if we don't get it? Gideon Leeds, shame on you! Gideon Leeds, shame on you!
least I've got reception.
Shame on you!
Alright, whenever I say something, you say not a target. Health workers!
Not a target!
Hospitals!
Not a target!
Schools!
Not a target! Not a target!
Men!
Not a target!
Women!
Not a target!
Children!
Not a target!
Journalists!
Not a target!
Universities!
Not a target!
Refugee camps!
Not a target!
Aid trucks!
Not a target!
Schools!
Not a target!
Ambulances!
Not a target!
Palestinians!
Not a target!
Palestinians!
Not a target!
Palestinians!
Not a target!
Health workers!
Not a target!
Aid workers!
Not a target!
Teachers!
Not a target!
Men!
Not a target! Not a target!
Children!
Not a target!
Babies!
Not a target!
Babies!
Cold,
Not
isn't
a
it?
target!
Babies!
Not a target!
Free, free!
Not a target!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
There is only one solution!
Intifada revolution!
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 Focus at home, I've got a speech real quick. So we'll have the speech go on and then we'll start marking.
Yeah, we're marching.
Yeah, thank you all for coming. It's been
Waste of time,
over a
innit?
year, I think now, we were talking the other day, since we started walking out of lectures, walking out of seminars for Palestine. And we've been thinking a lot because of that about what really brought us out onto the streets back then a year ago when after October the 7th it felt like the states, the media were all trying their absolute best to keep every single person at home, off the streets, to stop them coming out in solidarity for Palestine. But what motivated us, I think, to put on these walkouts in the first place was the horror that unfolded on all of our phone screens, that was beamed onto our TVs, that you almost couldn't get away from, the crimes that were being committed by the Israeli occupation forces that in previous decades they might be able to sweep under the rug and report in a newspaper that everything was fine. When we could see it unfolding on our screens, the lies that the media were putting out were even more jarring, and I think for many of us that was what forced us to act. Rather than stay at home and witness the horror, it's far better to come out and do something with your community. And that expression of solidarity with the Palestinian people is the most important thing that any of us can do. It's the reason that drives every single one of these protests around the world. It's the reason why millions of people in nearly every country on the planet have come out for Palestine in the last 12 months. Not only against the suffering that the Palestinians unfortunately have to withstand, but in celebration of the resistance in the face of that suffering. It is important that in the face of a genocide, the Palestinians have not simply sat down and taken the punishment that is meted out on them. They have consistently stood and continue to stand against the genocidal regime that is supported by our government, by the American government, by Western countries, and importantly, financially backed by institutions like this one. And that is the core reason why we've maintained our walkouts for the last year, because we discovered back then in November 2023 that our university has millions of pounds worth of contracts with arms suppliers who are contributing directly to the Israeli war effort. We found that they employed a chaplain who served in those armed forces, who actively perpetrated the genocide, who celebrated and danced upon stolen land, upon collapsed homes of Palestinian people, and this university allowed him to return. We also saw how the university attempted immediately to clamp down on free expression. In the days after October the 7th, they targeted the Palestine Solidarity Group here on campus, Beckett's Palestine society was similarly subject to repression. Now they like to pretend that they always supported students' right to free expression. Well, we forced them to support that right to expression by being completely unyielding, by bringing numbers out week upon week, by storming into buildings when we felt it was necessary. We took this building last year for 2 weeks with hundreds of students taking part. We had an encampment that lasted 6 weeks right in the heart of campus. All of those expressions are an important display of protest against this university, but it is also a demonstration of the power of numbers that we are able to wield. It is the power of mass action, of people coming together that can make a real difference in this society. To prove that point, a year ago, the largest march that we had in London, where 1 million people came down, was about a year ago. And the Home Secretary of this government at the time said that we would not be able to march. And she called upon the far right to protect memorials in London. Really, it was a call for the far right to try and violently sweep us off the streets. Well, the far right stayed quite a long way away when they realised that 1 million people were coming down to London to march. The Home Secretary was very quickly ejected from her now untenable position back then. If we can get rid of one key member of government, then we have the power to get rid of any single one we like. But the important thing is that we try and maintain our mass democratic organisation. So thank you all for coming out here again and displaying your solidarity. It is a new academic year, and many times that means we have to build from new beginnings. And thank you all for being part of the start of this demonstration and this probably year again of demonstrations in support of Palestine. They're ever more important now that we see a continued escalation of the conflict in the Middle East. Israel now not fit to just lash out against Palestinians has expanded its war of genocide against Lebanon. It's expanded its war against Yemen, and it's expanded its war against Iran as well, threatening a wider conflagration that will pull in many, many more people, that will endanger millions of lives beyond the hundreds of thousands of people that have already been displaced. It will be a level of horror that we have not seen in decades, and it is our duty as members of the working class around the world to stand against our state's support for these genocidal regimes for the sake of its own imperialist interests. But Britain will not give up its interests lightly. Yes, they cancelled 30 weapons contracts of export to Israel, and that should be celebrated. But I think there are 200 or over 200 more that need to be expelled. That's why we celebrate the actions of people like Palestine Action, who've stopped Elbit System factories from opening. They've forced them to close. Barclays now, after a sustained campaign of boycott and divestment, have divested fully from Elbit Systems. All of these steps forward should be celebrated. They should be used to give you energy to carry on. It is a long road of solidarity with Palestine. It hasn't just been going since 1946. The Palestinians have suffered oppression for well over 100 years, but over those centuries, people have always come out in solidarity, and each of you today that have walked out of your institution stand in a proud tradition of people who have stood up when they feel a wrong is being committed. That is the most important thing, that you feel a deep sense of solidarity today at the community that we have built over the last 12 months that has stretched around the world. I still see new people coming to the marches every single Saturday, and I still hear stories of people trapped in Palestine, walking amongst the rubble, who see footage of our demonstrations here in Leeds, and it gives them hope. That is the most important thing that you can do. People are going through tremendous suffering. The least we can do is play a part in bringing that suffering to the surface, in challenging our institutions and showing them that the people of the world have not forgotten about Palestine. Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Okay, we're going to form up for a march around campus. If people could line up here in the front on the pavement. Thank you very much.
No, perhaps not here.
Coming on a march? Hey? What do you want on a march? They do belong here. I need the numbers. There was a lot of...
Dead, innit? Really dead, folks. But that's probably what happens when you have thugs come along.
Stop funding genocide! Stop funding war crimes, you monsters! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live
Oh, there's no one there, is
From
it?
the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the sea to the river! Palestine will live forever!
Okay, everyone repeat after me. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Stop the genocide!
Stop the genocide!
End apartheid!
End apartheid!
Decolonize!
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 Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Stop the genocide!
Stop the genocide!
End apartheid!
End apartheid!
Decolonize!
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 Okay, every time I say something, you're going to say not a target. Children!
Not a target!
Hospitals!
Not a target!
Journalists!
Not a target!
Men!
Not a target!
Women!
Not a target!
Babies!
Not a target!
Hospitals!
Not a target!
Universities! Children!
Are you coming back?
Free! 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 Free!
It's open at 2.5 hours.
Oh, it won't, but there's no one there. I'm tempted just to go. This is so better.
Free! Free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Stop the genocide!
Stop the genocide!
End apartheid!
End apartheid!
You got to think, a few months ago, this was packed. But as I keep saying, they'll get hijacked by morons, so this is the result.
Not a target! Not a target!
Journalists!
Not a target!
Children!
Not a target!
Women!
Not a target!
Men!
Not a target!
I'm going to do some Arabic poems now. You can join in,
To the front.
If you do it now.
It's just after footage, isn't it? It's bored. I think she's had her haircut. Has she had her haircut? It's short, isn't it? Unless it's my imagination. There's the Sweetie Girl. No, Sweetie Girl, that's her, isn't it? Isn't that her? I thought it was. Oh, I'm terrible. My eyesight's bad.
Did you go to Manchester then, to Coronation Street?
No, it was Bolton. It was Bolton. They were filming up till possibly today. You weren't going to say anything. They're indoors, but they're doing it all week. But it's all indoors. I wasn't going to say anything. It was just, I went to, you know, when I went to Edmonton or whatever you call it, I filmed there just for something to do. But I was bored with that. It's not that interesting. No one's interested in that TV show. I mean, the woman there thinks she's a bit up herself. So she's going, "Yeah, you're spoiling it." I thought, no one's interested. You know, if that TV show's going to be popular, they've got more views. So I filmed that, and then I went to Bolton.
A raccoon.
What?
A raccoon.
Say again.
A raccoon.
A raccoon? What are you on about?
On his head.
Oh. And then I went, because I was doing filming I went down to Lancaster Castle. I didn't realise it's an active prison. It's like it's where the Pendle Witch is, because I filmed the hill the other day and I thought I'll film the castle, I didn't realise it's actually still an active prison. It's weird.
Prison?
Yeah, it's like, but it's also a tourist place. You can go in. It's a proper castle.
I'll have to check it out.
It's really weird. But then coming back, I have never been so panicky because by the time I messed about, it was midnight. All the petrol stations are closed, and I'm driving from Lancaster Castle through to Skipton, panicking because the car's showing yellow, and I know that car only does 10 miles or so. And I just thought, if I squeeze it, and literally as I hit Skipton, boom, the car just started kicking. There's like, you can feel it. It suddenly you can feel it going dry. And I thought, here we go. And I just made it to the petrol station. But then it was an unmanned one after 12. So I then tried, so fortunately I had my card with me because it wouldn't let me do contactless unless I were doing it wrong. Oh, and then you have to have 130 quid in. Fortunately, I just had enough. Otherwise, it was awful.
Come and check it out.
But I made it back. I had such a migraine, stressed out. Well, it wasn't a migraine, it was a headache.
Yeah, I was saying after we did...
no, it was just panicking because I thought I was going to run out of fuel. You see that it takes, you don't want to sit in the car waiting for OAC or whoever it is. It's OAC with me. And then you panic in case you don't have it. But no, it was... See, I'm naughty. People, I always leave it, only just put a couple of quid in and then drive and then keep filling it up. I should fill it. My mate fills hers up full and then you're okay. But I'm just a cheapskate. I just put a few quid in and end up getting low. But I'm so used to, normally you see, if you go around most cities, you usually come across a 24-hour garage. I didn't there. Pitch black. And I was Googling it, I would panic. Oh, it was awful.
I might be doing that for next week. Hopefully.
I can't be bothered, I'm getting bored with all this stuff. Yeah, and people they're getting bored, they keep saying it. They're just not interested anymore.
There's a good pizza shop there.
There was a devil worship shop down there, There was. Then it got taken over by this American one. It was, he had this American car. He was really into the Blues Brothers, but apparently the story is, he had an American police car, you see, like the Blues Brothers one. But before that, apparently the rumours, I don't know if it's true, it got told off.
Yeah, that one there, that one.
Now, if you go right down there, the corner down there, it used to be, I always wish I'd gone in, it had all these, it was completely blanked out the windows with these yellow posters, yellow things. And the rumour was, and I don't know if it is true, but I think it was, they were into devil worship. It was a devil worship shop, but there were talks of they were having all sorts of weird goings-ons. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. It's like sometimes you hear it and it's like, is it just to get people in? Because I'm bored. The only reason I'm staying is just to see if they're in the building, which it sounds like they are, and then clearing off. I am bored today. You can see how little interest anyway. It's just pointless. But I keep saying it. If it hadn't been for, they keep inviting these thugs and no one wants to be associated, so no one's turning up. It's cobblers, this.
Yeah. Maybe most of them are like doing work and stuff as well.
Well, no,
you might not be able to get
down today. When you came, if months ago, this was popular. You'd have loads. The Saturday one was. And then they allowed these idiots to spoil it from, keep saying it, you're foolish to do it. But they said, we can't do anything about it, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, right, well, that's up to you if you don't want to do anything. And I knew what had happened. Less and less people would turn up. And they have. because people have told me they're not turning up because of the grief. Just one or two people spoil it for everyone else.
Yeah.
And instead of getting a grip of it, they've allowed... I mean, man, you see, there's one in Birmingham if you want to go. They're all going there, which I think is the stupidest thing going. There's like, Remembrance Sunday.
Yeah.
Right, well, they're planning on doing a demonstration there, which is the last thing you do. Unless you really just want to annoy everyone. But you see, there's a lot of people who... I now get the suspicion that people are just... They're wanting to destroy their own protests. They're not bothered about what they're not interested in the actual pro-Palestine protest. They just want to go and cause havoc and, stress people out and cause havoc. But, yeah. It's the trouble of doing that is the licence. Have you ever seen that red bus on the going out to York?
I've seen buses.
No, there's one that's a restaurant. It's famous. It's been there years. And Leeds City Council, I can't remember what the story was. It was something like they whinged and wanted it closing. Well, it's been famous for years. It's like an older London bus. It's fascinating to see.
It rings a bell.
Yeah, if you ever go, I don't know if it's still active. But what I read in the papers was a solicitor got in touch with I think it's a woman who owns it, and they said turn the bus around and face the door away from the streets, and for some reason that made it legal. I thought that was good of him to get that advice, but I get irritated with all these councils. They just want to... They don't care about people, I don't think. They care more about showing they've got power. That's why, you know what I mean, it's look at Labour, they've come in and suddenly before you know it, they're not helping people, they're taxing people, making it a pain. No one wants a business now. I read today a company's decided to not open shops, but because of their ego, instead of just quitting, which they should do, they should just go, look, we've clearly messed up, we don't know what we're doing. Let some other, let other Labour MPs take over at least. Their ego's so big, no, they're going to stick with it. That shows you they don't care about people, they care about themselves.
I've been told it might kick off tonight and tomorrow, so no bother.
Well, I'm not going, I wouldn't go. Why bother? Let them do whatever they want. Don't get involved if I was you. Well, I'm not going. Let them do it.
Yeah, I mean, I got some really good footage of the night.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't bother. Look, I'll tell you why. If it kicks off and we record it and something happens and you've got it there, they might turn on you. I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah, definitely.
Sod that. I ain't getting involved. And you know damn well if you got beaten up, they're probably say, we're not prosecuting.
Yeah.
I ain't bothered.
When they started putting chain on gates.
Yeah, tell with it. I've had enough of it. Oh, I can feel the motor going on this. Oh, shit. What's this doing? Oh, good.
You're walking this way.
Yeah. Is this not recording? Oh, sod that. Hang on. Bloody thing.
You need to keep up, man.
Oh, sod it, there's nothing happening. I don't even know if this is recording.
What, the lights?
No, the light's on, but I don't know if I press record on that. I just want to... Oh, that's it. There we go.
Problem is, your knees are target though.
What about?
Because your knees are target, just look at your hands.
No, yeah, but I don't mind. But I don't mind them attacking me. One, because it's footage, and two, as you say, my hands are full, so they can never accuse me of assaulting them. And I'm not like a thug like them. That's why That's the difference between me and that horrible man who assaulted me. He's violent, I'm not. He can't help himself, it's not nice. I'm too left-wing, but he's clearly not. He pretends to, well, I think they sell themselves as anti-fascist, but obviously, you know, when you act like that, you can't be anything but fascist, especially when he clearly showed such hatred to that Jewish guy. Maybe that's where he is today in Amsterdam. Because they're assaulting people who are Jewish, so maybe him and his mates have gone up there. Horrible man.
If he's who I think he is.
Oh no, don't say it because he's on there. I don't want it exposed.
No.
He's just a horrible man who cares about him. God, this is shite. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Almost swore then.
Ask me the question, where's the protest? I can't even see them. I can hear
There's no one here.
I can hear you shouting, but I can't see them.
The one last week, he were a bit of a big head. He just wanted to hear his own voice. They really are. You see, it's all about ego. They've all set up their own little Instagram pages.
That's what I was saying.
There's loads of them. It's ego. They're not. Look how interested everyone is. Not all. What's the point of doing this?
That's what I said. It's like...
Waste of time. Yeah. I mean, that rubbish about was setting up. I'm sorry, but last time before the holidays, it were packed.
Ooh, what's all this?
Oh, they're always setting something up.
Winter festival. Oh, this is what they were giving away or something earlier. They formed like a tent a bit further down. And they're like giving away something.
Oh, they always do. Yeah.
Oh, it's open as well.
Yeah.
13th of December.
Whoa, very exciting.
Oh, it's inside as well.
Oh, that one, the big one.
Here, sod this. I'm going this way. Where's do we go to the front of this building? Come on. I want to film the front, see if they're there.
Yeah, somebody actually said to me, I don't know if this is actually true, but do you know their song, the River to the Sea?
Yeah.
Apparently it's illegal to sing it, apparently.
Oh, it doesn't matter. No, you can do what you want. Yeah, but you think you can do what you want, can't you? Yeah. Are they coming this way?
No, they're going down there.
Right, sod them. Oh, they off. We could have gone that way. Oh, we can see from here the flags. Better angle. And we've taken a shortcut, so... Whoop-a-doo. There are people in there. Watch them close the curtains as soon as we walk past. Yeah, they're in the building still, folks. Whoop-a-doo. Oh, what, 5 of them or something? Let's see. Oh, they'll close the curtains because of them. Okay.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Stop the genocide!
And apartheid!
And apartheid!
Decolonize!
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 Children! University!
Not the target!
Men!
Not the target!
Road workers!
Not the target!
Journalists!
Not
We're here gathering in front of Michael Sadler building today. A building that's been occupied by students for over a week now. We occupied this building to welcome our new Vice Chancellor and remind her that we are back. Remind her that we can, in fact, with the resources and capacities that we have, disrupt, even if just a little, disrupt the normal running of this university. Supporting Palestine is not enough anymore. We need to actually fight the Zionist entity and uphold and embody the spirit of the resistance. You may be wondering, what does this occupation achieve in the grand scheme of things? I'll be honest with you, this might not be achieved much in the macro scale. But this work, pushing to be an actual threat to this uni, takes time. We don't have the luxury of being reactive. We must start to look beyond the performative marches and visual stunts. This occupation brought dozens of new people to the movement. People who wanted to learn, and that don't want to remain complicit in the genocide. Palestine Action cost Barclays so much money and sustained criminal damage for a year. At times, the self-autonomous actions against Barclays looked random and disorganized. Maybe didn't look as pretty in the normalized bubbles of social media. They pushed higher-ups into a corner. Because at the end of the day, these higher-ups and board of directors only care about money. I'm not here talking to you to make this into a pretty Instagram post with an edgy graphic next to it, and then sell you the idea of joining us. I just want to be super honest about who we are and what we do. People have asked me, what should I do? Should I not care about my degree in order to take action? It's not about caring or not caring about your degree. As of today, we also care about our degrees, but we also remain very critical of them in this institution. We care about unlearning the ways we were conditioned to serve the West and to dismantle the sense of comfort that we have here in a Russell Group university with great facilities, career progression, and a stupid little stamp on your resume. All this is a product of exploitation. It comes from the backs of colonized nations and is stained by the blood of Palestinians. The dozens of new people who joined us for this action didn't come because we sold them the idea that this action only was going to win. People join us because they too want to navigate the discomfort. Because being pro-Palestinian isn't meant to be comfortable. It's a heavy weight to bear. You may choose to engage through simple boycotts of random brands and putting your money somewhere else and calling it a day, or by sending emails, attending academic debates. But being in solidarity with the Palestinian struggle for liberation requires us to acknowledge the history of the decolonization struggle and the teachings of the martyrs and the teaching of the resistance. It comes with us acknowledging that we don't have the luxury of being reactive, and that us in the West, we are part of the problem. What does it mean to you to make the sacrifice for the oppressed on a daily basis? There are many different forms of direct action, some more effective than others. But in conjunction with other forms, direct action can make dismantling the Zionist entity more effective in the West. We need to support the diverse tactics available, otherwise we weaken our own actions. And by not supporting the actions that other groups like Pal Action are taking, by accepting that all violence is the same, then we have agreed to limit our resistance to whatever this uni or corporations and the government finds acceptable. We become pacified. Because remaining passive in the face of today's oppression of Palestine will create deeper scars than those resulting from the mistakes we will inevitably make by taking action. Is the uni really being challenged if it's not lashing out? Can the university seriously be challenged without a response? This uni responds to all threats with repression, fear of disciplinary action, with violence, with intimidation, with harassment from security, censoring lecturers and students. Whatever we do, whether we are a threat or not, they will repress us. So I say, let's be a fucking threat. If we think repression is merely a possibility of action and not a present reality for many marginalized people in this country, then we're not really in solidarity with the Palestinian struggle. Palestine, who experiences the worst of it in their day-to-day lives, in their fight for liberation, we can and must disrupt complicit institutions, physically push them into a corner. We organize for a free Palestine, and what this means on a fundamental level is that we listen to the resistance and we embody the Thawabit. It means we stay attentive to the changes happening on the ground, and that any changes that we make here, we grant them on what's happening on the ground, and enact the changes the liberation movement and resistance in Palestine calls us to make. In the Palestine Solidarity Movement, we've never had the chance to go past trying to convince people that this is not a conflict, this is ethnic cleansing. The biggest mistake Israel has made is showing their true colors for a full year, revealing the nakedness of the brutal violence in the Israeli Nazist regime. The Palestinian Liberation Movement has revealed the true nature of Israel. The resistance groups have thrown into complete shambles the entire project of normalization. And here we must push and continue on these successes by rejecting normalization in the West. by furthering our demands beyond a ceasefire, beyond an arms embargo, to the complete dismantling of the settler colonial project in Palestine. Thank you. Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Stop the genocide!
Stop the genocide!
End apartheid!
End apartheid!
Decolonize!
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 Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the sea to the river!
Palestine will live forever!
Union Leeds!
Shame on you!
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 Children!
Not a target!
University!
Not a target!
Journalists!
Not a target!
Health workers!
Not a target!
Men!
Not a target!
Women!
Not a target!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
Thank you everybody so much for coming out. Again, for Palestine and for the student movement. We're going to wrap up now, so if anybody has any questions, you can come and speak to one of us. For the master, you can follow the Instagram, Leeds Pro-Palestine for more information. Yeah, thanks for coming.
I'm still live. I'm just going to cut which is boring as anything. Well, that was fun and the most exciting thing none. I'm still live, by the way.
Shite.
I know.
Shite. It was shite.
No one's here these
dislike,
days.
hit the dislike button because it was shite.
Well, no, don't say.
Everybody says
dislike.
shite in the chat.
No, don't do that. Say like.
Supposed to go back to that other guy as well.